All right, let's talk about two tools that are, and I'm not exaggerating here, absolutely essential for any developer today: Git and GitHub. Seriously, if you work on any kind of project, this is going to change your life. Okay, let me ask you something. Have you ever had that cold sweat moment? You know, the one where you accidentally delete a huge chunk of your work, or you make one tiny change and suddenly the whole project just breaks? That feeling, where a week's worth of effort just vanishes into thin air? We've all been there. So to really get why these tools are so amazing, we have to look back at the dark ages. I'm talking about the pre-Git chaos, and trust me, it was a total recipe for disaster. Oh, come on. We have all seen this file name or something very, very close to it. It's just so painfully familiar, right? It's the classic sign that your process is completely broken and you have absolutely no idea which final is the real final one. And the actual process? It was a nightmare. You'd finish a new feature, right? So you'd copy the entire project folder, rename it with some new version number, zip it up, and then email that massive file to your teammate. And then the real fun began, trying to manually figure out what they changed and copy-paste it back into your version without breaking everything. It was slow, it was confusing, and let's be honest, it was just a terrible way to work. But thankfully, we don't have to live like that anymore. Let's talk about the solution: Git. And the best way to think about it, it's basically a time machine for your code. So what is Git, really? Well, at its heart, it's a version control system. That sounds kind of technical, but all it means is that its entire job is to watch your project and keep a perfect record of every single change. It creates this complete, super reliable history of everything that's ever happened. And here's my absolute favorite way to explain it. You know how in a video game you hit a save point? A commit in Git is exactly that. It's a permanent snapshot of your project at that exact moment. You mess up later? No problem. You can always reload from your last save point. And over time, you build up this beautiful, clean timeline of all your save points. You can see right here, day 1, the first commit. Day 3, you added a login feature. Day 5, you squashed a big bug. And here's the magic trick. You can literally jump back in time to see exactly what your project looked like on day 3 without losing any of the work you did after. It's incredible. Okay, so saving your own work is great. But where Git goes from useful to, well, to revolutionary is when you start working with other people. And to do that, we need to talk about a concept that's like working in parallel universes. We're talking about branches. And this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? How can you and your teammates all work on the very same project at the very same time without just completely messing up each other's code? It sounds like a recipe for chaos. The answer is something called a branch. It's like creating a parallel version of the project, your own private little sandbox. You can go wild, experiment, build a crazy new feature, or fix a really nasty bug, and none of it affects the main, stable version of the project. It's completely safe and isolated. Okay, so Git is amazing for managing all these branches and commits on your own computer. But how do you share all that work with your team? Well, that's where our second tool comes in, GitHub. Think of it as the central headquarters for your project. Now, this is a super important point because people get this confused all the time. Git is the software on your computer. It's the tool that does the tracking, like your personal workshop. GitHub, on the other hand, is the website. It's the cloud service where you store your project and work with your team. It's the shared headquarters where everyone meets up. So you've done your work in your safe little branch on your computer, you've pushed it up to GitHub, now what? How do you get that brilliant new feature back into the main project? You definitely don't just force it in. There's a professional, organized way to do it. And that process is called a pull request. It's basically you saying, hey team, I'm done with my work on this branch. Could you please take a look before we merge it into the main project? And this is a game changer. It means other people review your code, they can ask questions, spot potential bugs. It's a built-in quality control system. Okay, we've gone through a lot of concepts here. Commits, branches, pull requests. Let's put it all together and walk through the whole modern developer workflow, step by step. So here it is, the life cycle of any new feature. First, you branch. You create that new safe workspace. Then, you do your work, making commits along the way, your little save points. When you're ready to share, you push your branch up to GitHub for everyone to see. Then, you open a pull request, asking for a review. And finally, after everyone gives the thumbs up, you merge it. That's it. That's the whole dance, from start to finish. So why did we just go through all this? Because understanding this workflow, it isn't just some nice-to-have skill on your resume anymore. It is, without a doubt, a fundamental requirement for any serious developer. This is how professional teams build software, period. So think about where we started, that chaotic mess of zipped folders and final file names. And now, look at what we have, a clean, safe, professional system for building incredible things together. You now understand the why behind it all. So the only question left is, what's the first project you're going to save from the chaos?